Good morning, or if it's evening or afternoon, good evening, good afternoon. It's 3:33 a.m. my time, and this is the 22nd of January, and this video is for the 23rd of January, and it's a response video. Here's the title. Why, Ron, all the focus on what's wrong? For most of the 3+ years that I have been making these videos, I have been a cheerleader of sorts, doing my best to get people to see the good I knew was just ahead of us. I did not ignore the issues, but I did see light at the end of the tunnel. I still do. However, I also see delay after delay in fixing the problems we face collectively because, as I see it, so many spiritual people refuse to even acknowledge that problems exist. If more people would actively get on board with those who are genuinely trying to make the world better, we could bring about change more quickly. Yes, I feel impatience. To many, this is enough reason to criticize me, call me immature or self-righteous. Some keep it to themselves, others are blatant about it, trying to engage me on YouTube or Facebook, and even suggesting that I record a conversation with them so that they can show everyone just how messed up I am. Sorry, folks. Integrity to me is marching to the beat of my own inside drummer and focusing where I feel attention needs to be placed, and honoring my feelings, whatever they may be. Simple as that. I just posted a little while ago a quote that I've used before. I've even used it in one of my talks at the New Way back in 2011. I'm pretty sure it was 2011. It might have been 2010. It's a quote by Hedges. We now live in a nation where doctors destroy health, lawyers destroy justice, universities destroy knowledge, governments destroy freedom, the press destroys information, religion destroys morals, and our banks destroy the economy. It's a sobering quote, and it's more real than some people are willing to acknowledge. And that lack of acknowledgement, to me, as I said in the blurb, is part of the reason change takes place so slowly. Now, I'm not trying to tell people that the way the world is not because that's the way we are inside. It is the way it is because that's the way we have been inside. We have been complacent, careless, ignorant, sometimes willfully greedy, willfully belligerent, willfully self-centered. We've been really messed up as a human family. We really have. I'm not denying that. I'm also seeing, and it's my perception, it's my seeing, that the reason change comes so slowly is because we don't address the problems in the real world. We have this thing, this thought, this saying, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. Exactly. And so many spiritual people only focus on the spiritual and don't have the human experience. They're continuously, as I see it, in denial of their humanity, in denial of the issues that are raised in living a physical life as a spiritual being. My job, as I see it, is to ground the spiritual energy on the planet. That means to do my best to make the world, the manifestation, the best it can possibly be in reality, the reality of experience, not the reality of ethereal stuff. We weren't made, we didn't become, let's put it this way, we didn't become human to live in an ethereal world. We became human to live in a material world. And so many spiritual teachings emphasize getting back into the ethereal world. You know, focusing inside, finding peace within yourself. Isn't that wonderful? You know, I have had moments and actually periods of time of great peace, of great assuredness that I was connected. I've been questioning that, peeling back, as Peter said in the video that's playing right now. That's the current video. It's like peeling back layers of onions, and I keep going through this process again and again and again, going deeper and deeper, and looking at the layers of me, the layers of my dissatisfaction, the layers of my anger, the layers of me that are dark, that are the shadow, so that I can, my intent is so that I can heal them. And I don't heal them by rejecting them or judging them. I do it by accepting myself as I am. And yet there's so many people, including Rick, a man named Rick Harris, who's been challenging me. He wants to do a video with me, record a conversation. And he's coming across pointing out my self-righteousness. Now, bear in mind, I'm not going on his wall and pointing out his self-righteousness. He's coming on my wall and pointing mine out. That should be obvious. It's obvious to me which one of us is behaving self-righteous. But I don't. Let him think that he's more wise and more self-righteous or more right than I am. Okay, that's where he is, and it's okay with me. It's okay with me that all of you are where you are. Each and every one of you. You can be exactly where you are. And there's nothing I can do about it. And there's nothing I want to do about it. But I put these videos out into the public domain. And anybody else that has a good idea or a bad idea. I mean, let the audience, let the public be the judge of whether it's a good idea or a bad idea. And those that resonate with it will see it as a good idea, and those that find dissonance in it will not see it as a good idea. Put it out there. But don't try to fix people that are being, as best as I can be, in integrity. Because I'm not broken. I'm not broken. Just because I feel anger and impatience, just because I feel disappointed that more people aren't getting on the bandwagon and things aren't moving more quickly, that doesn't mean there's something wrong with me. It doesn't mean I'm a bad person. And I know that everything in the outer world reflects things in the inner world, and things in the big world, in the big world picture, do reflect the collective consciousness of humanity. I know the collective consciousness of humanity is not very good. I'm aware of that, very aware of it. But I also know that if we keep allowing the structure to be the same and psychopaths to keep on ruling in the world, and we do not give equal footing to those that have a better vision, than those who can see a bigger picture, if we don't allow them to have a voice in the mainstream media, the awakening is more and more delayed. Now, folks, the people that have been in power for decades, centuries, millennia, that ilk of people, which is the manifest shadow of humanity, if you will, they do not want to lose their power. They do not want to give up their illusion, their dream of ruling the world. Power is important to them, and the accumulation of wealth is essential for them to maintain their power. And they are doing everything in their power, funding doctors to destroy health, funding attorneys and judges to destroy justice, funding universities to teach falsehoods and destroy knowledge, owning governments that destroy our freedom, one after another after another. By the way, uh, my friend from Melbourne, Australia, I can't think of his name right now, was just arrested a couple of days ago, taken off in handcuffs. And that was part of my awakening when I got arrested. Uh, oh, I know his name. Why is it that I go through this? You see me going through this in some of my videos lately? How I think of something and then I just can't quite put the name on it or the label on it. That's happening more and more to me. Am I going crazy? No, I don't think so. I hope not. I am feeling more aches and pains than usual lately. But I attribute that to some of the transformation that's taking place. Oh, Santos Bonacci is who I was thinking of. He was the one that was arrested. I don't know what the charges were. But when he gets arrested, when I get arrested, and they don't follow orders, governments destroy freedom, we have the right to have a warrant, a legitimate warrant issue. And if they're summoning us to court or something, we have a right to face our accusers for whatever it is. And we have a right to due process of law. That's in our system. That's our system. But the governments are abusing it and not honoring even the laws that are within the current system. Even those laws are being ignored because it's a power struggle. And the press destroys information, my God. It's starting to change. But the press is destroying information. They're not telling people the truth. And religion destroys morals. Well, I don't know about morals, but ethics certainly. Although Pope Francis does seem to be making some strides in a better direction. We'll see how it goes. It's a good thing that finally some people are being made accountable. But there's a whole lot more that need to be made accountable to actually change it. And our banks destroy the economy. They destroy the world. The banking institution is behind and financing all of the world's ills. Every single one above stems from the banking system or the financial system of the world, where a few people are able to manipulate, coerce, and control almost all of our institutions and almost all of our leaders. It's a sad state of affairs. And we aren't going to get it better by ignoring it. We're not going to get it better by turning the other way or by just focusing on finding peace within ourselves. That's a good thing to do. It's not a bad thing to do. I'm not saying don't do that. It's both and. That's what Peter and I keep coming back to. We need to do this and that. Be and act. It's our hands. It's our minds that create. And since my family lives here, they're in and out of the house all the time. I have mosquitoes in the house. I just killed one yesterday, and now there's one back flitting around again. No wonder I get all these itchings on my body, because I've got mosquitoes in my house. I never had that problem when I was by myself. But anyway, I focus where I focus because I'm honoring my own feelings, because I'm being true to Ron. And that's the only person I have to answer to is me. I don't have to answer to anybody else, not even God. Now you say, Ron, that's pretty arrogant. Well, no, it's the truth. Because God allows me the freedom to be me. And there's a whole lot of people that do not want to allow anyone the freedom to be themselves. They want everybody to be just like them. And he used to say to me, Ron, aren't you wanting people to be just like you? No, I'm not. But I am wanting people to see and take responsibility for the world that we live in, and to realize that we do have the power to change it. We are the ones we've been waiting for. It's not somebody else. I want to create a society, a system that works for everyone. I keep saying that over and over again. One that is fair and just. One that actually does operate with the rule of law and basic law that honors human rights and honors us as individuals, our freedom to speak and to have whatever religion or no religion as we choose, the freedom to propagate our ideas. And anybody has the right now and the opportunity, if they take it, to create their own videos and to get their own message out. If they feel something is important, follow your passion, follow your bliss, as Joseph Campbell would say. Go for whatever turns you on and makes you feel fulfilled. This makes me feel fulfilled even when I'm feeling unfulfilled. It's fulfilling to be able to speak it and share it and tell the truth about it. That's fulfilling to me. And that's why I focus on what I focus on, because it's what I'm feeling and experiencing and where my thoughts are right now in the current moment. It's why I do them every day. It's not getting a message out that's never going to change. My message tomorrow could be totally different than today, or at least somewhat different, because I'm going to be in a different place tomorrow. Things are moving quickly for all of us. And we're all having the opportunity to re-examine ourselves, to question ourselves, and to look more deeply and more closely at who we are, what we're doing, and finding answers that satisfy our soul now, in this moment. They may not be the same answers that will satisfy us in another moment, but for now, it's where we are. And that's what I encourage each of you to be. Be where you are and speak your truth and feel your feelings and be with yourself as much as possible without judging. And certainly, none of you have the right to judge anybody else specifically and point out where they're wrong, unless they come to you and ask specifically. Then, okay, they've opened a door and they're asking for your help. Help them the best you can. I do that, and I'm sure most of you do as well. Anyway, why do I focus on what's wrong? Because I want to make it right. Simple as that. Thank you for listening. Namaste.